If you're like me, you grew up not really getting the toys that you wanted on Christmas and your birthday because they were financially unavailable. So, during your adulthood, you wrote down everything that you didn't get and you tracked them all down. Most of them ended up in antique stores. And then you started collecting them one by one. Isn't that right, boys? Roger, Roger. And if you're not like me, your favorite TV show is Friends. And I would know, because I took a poll. As you can probably tell, I collect a lot of toys. Most of them are Star Wars toys. Different collectors have different criteria for what they deem to be a good toy. And I'm no different. So for me, I like to collect Star Wars toys that are about Barbie size height. Roger is kind of like a Barbie sized doll. I also need them to have soft hair and some sort of fabric on their outfit. Now that doesn't mean that they need to have completely removable clothing, but I do like switching outfits from time to time. And I've collected a lot of different brands of Star Wars Barbie sized dolls. So I thought it would be a fun idea to unbox one of my dolls today, a newer edition, and compare that to the same character from 2017. So today we're going to be unboxing Sabine Wren, and I know it's kind of hard to see because of the glare from the light, and here she is. So this Sabine is part of the newest line of dolls that Disney came out with recently, and she actually came out this year. Just initially looking at her, I think the box is really cool. On the back you have a picture of Sabine from the Ahsoka show. You can kind of see it. And then there's a little detail about her in English, French, and Spanish. So we're gonna open her and look at all the little details inside. This is gonna be really hard. Some boxes are way more difficult to open than others. This one has a lot of tape. This series is kind of hard to open. And then the problem with these boxes is that once you take the doll out, you can't really put it back in because of the way that the box is put together. So it's like the box kind of comes apart, which I think is a little bit problematic because what if you really want to take it out of the box and then put it back in? You can't really do that with this series. Oh. Well, this is interesting because it's actually just sliding right out, which my other box from this series, the Hera box, fell apart in the way that I described it. All right, so we actually still have the box maintained, which is very interesting. All right, here we go. Now let's see, on the back they have lots of tape. They have a twisty tie right here. Lots of plastic that goes through it. And then you can see that it goes through the cardboard right into the back of her head. And there's more twisty ties in here as well. I don't really want to use scissors as much as I can help it. The problem is, am I gonna try as hard as I can to save the background? She kind of has a cute little background. It's her symbol of what she used to paint in Rebels, their Phoenix Squadron symbol. Oh, this is kind of hard to like poke through. There's also lots of tape on the bottom. Oh no. So I got it poked through the plastic that she's connected to. But the problem is her feet are really dug in there. She's got these twisty ties, and then you don't see twisty ties down here. It's just tape. So that's going to be a little bit of a problem. I don't think that this background can be saved. So the problem is we have to take this apart in order to get to this area in the packaging where her feet are tied down. Ooh. Oh no! Oh my gosh! She doesn't have feet? No way. She doesn't have feet. She just has boots. And when I tore this away, look, it became separated from her ankles. What is this? I think that that is terrible. That's so terrible. All right, let's get our fake feet out, I guess. So her fake feet are tied down with twisty ties. So I'm gonna have to do that. Like, look at this boot. The boot itself is fine. But then you look inside of it. I don't know if you can see inside of there. There is no foot in this boot. It is just a boot. Kind of reminds me of Legos in a weird way, but not really. And this also means that she can't trade boots with any other doll because she has no feet. Ugh. It kind of feels like a Lego too when you put the boot back on the body and it kind of like clicks into place on her ankle. That is so weird, by the way. Oh, not really. And her boot foot just fell off. I feel like these were not meant to be out of the box. Okay, let's get the rest of her out. There goes the other boot. All right, so here we go. Almost out. And then I'll have to put her boot feet on later, I guess. It's kind of sad her little scanner is like bent a little bit. I didn't want to have to use scissors. But Disney, you've given me no choice. There's like these little rubber bands in the back that you gotta snip, snip. What I really don't like about some dolls is the way that they're packaged, where they have these things in their head and then it goes through and they're connected to the plastic this way. Why do you guys do this? It's really hard to get out. And then I want to be careful too, because I don't want to snip any piece of her hair. I just hate it because you can, I don't know if you can see it, but you can kind of see it poking out of her short hair. And if you're really brave, you can try to trim it down, which I just did, but that's a dangerous game. All right, she's almost out. Okay, that was incredibly difficult to get out of the box. Oh my goodness. Ugh. So here she is out of the box in all of her glory. It is really easy for her to stand up, which is nice. especially since she has no feet and only boots, which is very, very weird. So, does she fit my criteria for a good collectible doll? Well, she's definitely Barbie height. She also has really nice soft hair. And she does have some fabric pieces to her outfit. She has her boot feet. She has some armor on her knees. This is a one-piece jumpsuit. She has her double belt, which I really like that they put that in there. She has her/Ezra's lightsaber. And at first, I thought that this was going to be glow in the dark because it kind of looks like it. But it actually isn't. I already just tested that out and it is not glow in the dark, unfortunately. She has double holsters with her blasters. She has her wrist rockets, chest plate, and she has her shoulder pad plates. It's really hard to pick her up because as soon as I pick her up, well, it's not happening now, but as soon as I pick her up, I can feel her boot feet sliding off, which I don't really like. And another interesting thing about this doll is that she has painted nails, which you don't really see that on a doll very often. One thing that I really do not like besides the no feet surprise is her helmet. Now, it looks nice, it's painted nicely, but you can't put it on her head. It is impossible to go on her head. The size is even way too small to even be considered to go on her head. So we need a bigger helmet, one that can actually work for the head and feet. So overall, I think that she is a nice doll. She does fit all my criteria. I also think that they did a decent job making the doll look like the actress. Alright, now we're going to compare 2024 Sabine to 2017 Sabine from the Forces of Destiny line. Now, she has removable boots and she actually does have feet. And as you can see, she has a helmet that does fit on her head, which I really, really appreciate here. Now, not all of her outfit is fabric, but she does have fabric on her pants. Her blasters are really cool. She has a belt and her armor. Her shirt is plastic though, and it is molded to her along with her chest plate. But the pants are fabric, and she is about the same height as the 2024 doll. Okay, so here she is with the helmet off. She has her soft two-tone blue hair. And it's important to remember that this is the Sabine Wren from the Forces of Destiny 2D animation, not the 3D Rebels series. So keeping that in mind, her face does look like the 2D animation version of Sabine Wren. One of the interesting things about the Forces of Destiny's doll was that they were supposed to be a hybrid of a Barbie type doll and an action figure. So most of them have some sort of pose or action where if you lift an arm and then you twist them or something, then they turn around and they can point their blaster. Now, it was better in theory versus function because I can't really get any of my Forces of Destiny's dolls to do that. But when they were new and out of the box, they could all do that. Overall, I think that she's a really cool doll, and I really appreciate that she can stand on her own, hold her own blasters, and she can put the helmet on her head. I think that being able to put a helmet on the head of a Mandalorian is an incredibly important part of the Mandalorian backstory. Don't even get me started on this doll right here, who also cannot put the helmet on her head, and that's a crucial part to her story. Overall, I think both of these dolls are really nice. I'm really happy to have both of them in my collection because they're both so different, but they're the same character, and they both have different issues, and they kind of complement each other in that aspect where one has an abundance, the other one kind of lacks, and vice versa. So does anyone have either of these dolls in their collection? And if so, which one do you like better? I think in order to make the 2024 doll better, they should have given her real feet, because as soon as you pick her up, she kind of starts to fall over. A real helmet that could have fit on her face, And then at least give us a lightsaber that glows in the dark. If we can't have real feet and we can't have a real helmet for a Mandalorian, can we have a glow-in-the-dark lightsaber, please? Come on, Disney, come on. If you like this video, please like, comment, and subscribe so that you can see my next video. And if you didn't like this video, please don't tell me. I'm really sensitive. Let me know if you would like me to unbox a more vintage Star Wars toy that I have in my collection, because I do have a few of those. You can also follow me on Threads, Instagram, and TikTok at RustWithPete. Thanks for watching. Bye.